Hi, hello. First of all, two things. Excuse my wet hair and the lighting situation. Uh, it's 4 o'clock and it's so gosh darn rainy and overcast that there pretty much isn't any natural light I could utilize. Yeah, but today's drawing episode thing, whatever, is like about documentation. Like your life, your hobbies. First of all, for your future self, so you can look back on it. And I always like to think that one day, like when humankind almost died out, but then there's like a few survivors, but they have no plan how we used to live, and then they find like a sketchbook or something from me, or like my diary or something, and then they're like, oh, that's how stuff worked. But then again, on that theory, me and my friends in the same art class as I have art class with them, we started thinking about what if they would think like popular media that we do like a lot of fan art for would be like some weird kind of religion, because like in the past people used to draw like a lot of religious stuff like over and over again, but like people nowadays draw fan art stuff over and over again, and the only logical conclusion would be that they would think we have a shit ton of very weird religions. Well, I'm not sure, but like it would make sense, wouldn't it? Well, anyways, I'm getting off track. We're starting with the actual video now. Hey, it's editing Shay. I'll first just gonna talk about the ideas and then some other stuff. So the first idea is draw your food or your drink that you're drinking or eating at a time, or maybe like a favorite food of sorts. I'm drawing a matcha latte. Yay! Idea number 2 that you'll see soon, that I kept on painting with this way too big brush for the size of drawing I was making, is like the outfit I was wearing that day. I've done that before, but like generally with outfits that I just like. So kind of my favorite outfits. Yeah. And the third idea for today, that you'll see even later on, I basically had the idea, you just start with one verb or one noun and you make a quick little pen sketch of it. I use gel pens because I like gel pens, if you haven't noticed yet. So I started with an elephant, then just draw an elephant. Doesn't have to be nice, can be a crappy little drawing. It's not about the drawing itself, it's more so about the train of thought, because we're doing a train of thought thing here. So you look at the elephant and you then draw the next thing that comes to your mind when you see the elephant or whatever you're drawing. And you just keep on doing that for however long you want to. Like a page, maybe a double page spread, or maybe you're filling an entire sketchbook that way, which I'm actually kind of interested in doing that because it was a lot of fun. And besides being a lot of fun, I feel like it will make you draw a lot of stuff that normally you wouldn't draw, and it might be a nice thing to exercise your creative juices and maybe to generate some ideas for like actual well finished drawings and paintings. Or, I mean, at least it will probably get your wrist warm. Like a warm-up thing, so, yeah. Excuse my speaking abilities, they're literal crap today. It will help you warm up, and when you then proceed to draw something that you want to turn out nicely, it will be easier. Now, on the topic of documentation, at the time of recording this voiceover, well, the day after, was a pretty weird day. it started with my grandma telling me I should make my cat some tea because she has diarrhea, and a doctor once told my grandma to make her cat tea out of that reason. She didn't even smell it, so that was kind of disappointing. And one of my plants has mealybugs, so I washed my plant with soap and water and a Q-tip, which also kind of felt pretty weird. And there were like two things that you could do with the plant is either put neem oil on it, but I don't have that, or alcohol. Well, I'm sure they actually meant like cleaning alcohol or something like that, but we didn't have that around, so I just went looking for some alcohol with a high percentage that is not really the greatest to drink, so it wouldn't be a waste. So I landed with vodka. Yeah, I made some bugs drunk with vodka. Well, that's not the end of the entire thing. Some people also recommended sprinkling some cinnamon around the plant and the stems and maybe some neighboring plants. So yeah, basically I got up, made my cat English breakfast tea, washed my plant with dish soap and water and a Q-tip, made some bugs drunk with vodka, and then proceeded to season some dirt with cinnamon. Yeah, just an average day. Happens a lot. Let me know if you had like some kind of weird day like that. I mean, it happens from time to time. A few years back when I was on holiday with my mom, we had to land and wait in Barcelona to then fly back home. And while we were waiting there, as a point of measurement, we've been up since 6 a.m. and it was 2 a.m. again. And the entirety of our holidays, like where we stayed, it was a touristy area, so most of the food was pretty much junk food. And then at the airport we found like a snack bar where they sold vegetable sticks, and I don't think I've ever been that happy about some goddamn vegetable sticks. We were so happy. I don't like, do you know the thing when you're so tired that you almost feel like you're drunk? Yeah, it was pretty much like that. And then on top of that, my mom is a smoker, so we kept on going outside for her to smoke. It was like a balcony type of thing, and it had like 3 doors, like the spinning door thingies that every child is terrified of. Yeah, exactly those. And they weren't spinning, don't know why. And in the exact middle of one of them, like if somebody measured the goddamn circle, was an old ass, shady ass, like suitcase, briefcase, like the smaller ones. And we were like, okay. And that was actually like around the time where in a lot of public places like train stations and airports, like bombs or fake bombs were placed, and we were like, hey, that doesn't sound too great. And people around us were also staring at the thing, but nobody did something. So I was like, don't we want to do something? Because if we would have been able to do something, but we didn't do something and something happened, I would never have a good night of sleep ever again. So we went to like a info desk type of thingy, and I was like, hey miss, over there in the door thingy to the balcony is a shady ass briefcase, and it's kind of making everybody nervous, you know, and it's looking kind of shady. And the lady there was like, yeah, calm down, everything's fine, blah 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 blah. And like not even 2 minutes later, there were like a whole group of people that look like they are trained for cases like that, came around with like a special kind of box where they put the suitcase in, and after that there was what do you call it, somebody through the speakers said like, please don't leave your luggage unoccupied, thanks. Yeah, that was a crazy night day thing. Oh, I actually completely forgot to tell you about the last idea. I somehow forgot that there were 4, and it is like, draw your desk, like the entire messiness of it. Leave nothing out, because the messier it is, the more interesting it is to look at. Also, don't mind my blah blah messy desk. It's real messy, and I don't know. I like it the best when people do it with directly in pen. It kind of looks a little bit wonky, but like in a pleasing way. And on top of that, I heard a lot of people say, draw directly in pen, it will make you draw better. I mean, if you draw in pen and you can't erase anything, your mistakes are kind of obvious. Like there's nothing that can hide it. Like when you draw with pencil and erase it and go over it, may seem like you're good at drawing everything, and I think it just helps with speed overall. If you know what you're bad at drawing, you can get better at drawing the specific thing, or trying to get better, and then your overall flow improves, I guess. I think that's how it works. Oh yeah, like I said, I have plenty of more ideas for this type of sketchbook idea thing on the topic of documentation. So if you'd like a part 2, let me know. I'm probably gonna continue doing this anyways. It's just a matter of if anybody wants me to film it and show it, you know. Or like just other sketchbook ideas. I don't know. It's kind of, I have a lot of ideas, just not all of them are the same quality, and they aren't all good ideas, might I say, just kind of as a fair warning, because like I have a shit ton of ideas, but like 80% of them are complete crap. But sometimes I accidentally say something smart, like in English class we had to talk about relationships, and I made an analogy, like a relationship is like a plant. It actually made a whole lot of sense, because like you want to water your plant and fertilize it, but don't overdo it, because then it dies too. But you also don't want to neglect it. Yeah. And sometimes you need to repot it. Life advice with Shay, I guess. So I guess that was it with today's video. Hope you liked it, and I'll be back on next next Monday. Maybe on Friday in between. Or am I uploading it on Friday? I don't know yet. Anyways, I'll link some other sketchbook sessions if you're bored. Bye, I guess.